because the public, the coaching staff will want to work with Strickland. Will want to see him back to being a happy guy. And one of the ways will be to put him on the floor. And one of the ways he gets on the floor is if Mark Jackson lets up. So Mark Jackson, I think, will have to lift himself up a little bit. Not that he doesn't know that already based on the season he's having. But in a funny way, the Rod Strickland incident will have pressure on the man with the ball right now.
Vern Fleming connects from outside for Indiana. And it's 2-all. Ewing guarded by the man from Marist, Rick Smits. And it's slapped away. Out comes Miller. Miller guarded by Newman. It is Rick Smits, LaSalle Thompson, a big rebounder for Indiana, and Chuck Person. Smits travels. At the guards, Miller and Vern Fleming. And for the Knicks, their usual starting lineup of Mark Jackson and Gerald Wilkins at the guards. Charles Oakley and Johnny Newman up front with Patrick Ewing. Oakley coming off the awesome 16-point, 16-rebound effort versus Sacramento on Thursday night.
Well, Charles Oakley decided to fire one inside to the cutting Gerald Wilkins. And LaSalle Thompson saw it coming in a big way and just put his hands up. Charles must learn to give a little fake before he throws a pass. He telegraphs them.
Jackson from way outside, way off the mark. If that's one continuing mistake that Oakley makes, it's the outlet pass or the long-range pass that is consistently stolen. Ewing goes big up for the rebound. Wilkins is there. Knicks look like they're playing hard off the boards. Good intensity at the start of this one.
Well, Patrick Ewing trying to get free from Smits. Doesn't do it and finishes the play with a glare.
Aces foul charge
in the face of Smits.
That's his second
who hears nothing but from his coaches other than get tougher, Rick. Get tougher, Rick. That's all they tell him. He is such a nice person, and here he is tied up with Patrick Ewing. Patrick upset about not being able to get his arm free, and they get into some heavy glaring.
Smits fouled out of the game January 12th as Johnny Newman hits for three. But it should be pointed out that in that meeting, January 12th, Smits did record 22 points and 7 rebounds against Ewing and the Knicks.
Johnny Newman now 4 for 6 from the field with his last 3-point efforts.
And Newman is called for the goaltend. Knicks now with a 5-4 lead.
Pacers got up this morning after their disappointing loss last night at home to Seattle and got on a plane. Got here at noon.
Newman. Strange looking shot, but the underhanded finger roll drops.
Johnny Newman is a shooter. And he feels every opportunity at scoring on the end of his fingertips.
Vern Fleming's pass finds nobody. Knicks get it on the turnover.
He didn't want to degrade Patrick Ewing in any way. All he was trying to do was make the point that this kid has a lot of talent. And when you consider he started playing basketball when he was 15, and now he's 23 in his second year in the NBA, he has made giant strides.
A couple of Indiana substitutions. Mike Sanders, number 33, into the lineup, as is Detlef Schrempf, number 11. Remember, Schrempf killed the Knicks with 26 off the bench in that game in January. Mark Jackson drops it, and the Knicks are shooting 5 for 13, but still leading 15-10. Pacers have only taken 9 shots and made 5. Oakley guarding Schrempf.
Gerald Wilkins has the big job tonight. He's got to try, number one, to keep the ball out of the hands of Reggie Miller, and then when he gets the ball, to be enough of a distraction that Miller doesn't shoot the ball as well as he has recently.
Schrempf over to Miller. Fake the shot, drives, feeds Smits. Ewing, strong rebound out for Jackson. Wilkins receives it from Oakley. And Gerald crossed the lane, one of his favorite moves.
As he bolted around Vern Fleming, and Vern Fleming's having no problem himself getting into the area around the hoop.
Johnny Newman almost lost it. Oakley's there to save it. Ewing working hard for the shot. Oakley's there with the offensive rebound bucket.
What a team they are. Oakley follows up Ewing shots so many times and often gets done what we just saw.
Knicks on a 10-2 run as the Smits-Ewing battle is even. 2 points for each center. Miller gets around Wilkins, drop for Schrempf. Smits is there for his third and fourth points.
See Smits' instinct not to put the ball on the floor and also to go right up with the shot softly.
Wilkins driving around Miller. It counts on the foul.
Ball is good and scored by Gerald Wilkins. Pacers foul charged to Mike Sanders.
Wilkins with 6.
That's his first and the team's 5th.
Gerald is flying
Wilkins
early in
at the
this
line.
game. His speed
One
is
shot.
too much for anyone who has to deal with him thus far.
Wilkins now has more points than he had in the entire game on Thursday. He shot 3 for 11 from the floor.
Guys who had to introduce themselves to each other when training camp began. The transformation of this franchise began on May 28, 1989, when the Spurs sent Greg Anderson and Alvin Robertson to Milwaukee for power forward Terry Cummings. The highly respected Cummings provided instant credibility for the Spurs' rebuilding effort, and after some initial trepidation, Terry has flourished in Texas. He rolled up 52 points Wednesday night against Charlotte. San Antonio also gets veteran leadership from point guard Mo Cheeks, who came to the Spurs along with reserves Chris Velp and David Wingate in a summertime trade with Philadelphia. Cheeks was a rock in Philly, the all-time NBA steals leader, a consummate floor general. His experience and that of Cummings has made the NBA transition of the Spurs' 2 rookie starters a lot easier.
I didn't want us to go into the season with the young clubs surrounding David. The expectations are so high when you get a #1 pick. We thought if we can acquire some older, experienced guys, it would take some pressure off him, and those 3 guys have done a tremendous job.
In the middle, the man they've been waiting 2 years for in San Antonio. David Robinson's commitment to the Spurs began when his naval commitment expired in May. Robinson has been spectacular. 23 points and 11 rebounds a game. He's adjusted beautifully to the NBA pounding inside, and he's an all-star in his first year. The other rookie is smooth Sean Elliott out of Arizona. Elliott was talented enough to play every position in college, and Larry Brown's had the luxury of being able to work him in slowly at San Antonio. 24 minutes and almost 10 points a game. With Willie Anderson, a guard coveted by many NBA teams, and bench strength from Frank Rakowski, Vernon Maxwell, and David Wingate, San Antonio's gone from punching bag to the playoffs in the space of 1 off-season. The Spurs' midseason mark of 28-13 was the best in franchise history, and they're running on a streak of 17 straight wins at home. Another
Places Greg Dreiling.
Into the lineup for the Knicks is Kenny Walker. Doesn't look like he's running that well as the Knicks shooting below 50 at 43%. Pacers are the ones who are hitting the shots. They trail by 5. It was a 12-point Knick lead. And a 3-second violation called against the Knicks. Or rather the Knicks. Eddie Lee Wilkins is out there for New York, and he was the one who was called for the 3-second violation. Schrempf down the lane as Pete Myers, so quick and so pesky on defense. Slow Indiana down a bit. Just underway, second quarter. Al Trow again for Marv Albert along with John Andres. Mike Sanders on the inbound for Miller. LaSalle Thompson on the drop pass. Miller, very tough shot, but he hits those on occasion. Trent Tucker out for Rod Strickland. LaSalle Thompson does what he does best. Pulls down a rebound for the Pacers. Now Ricky Green just off the injured list for Indiana.
It's still noticeable when Pete Myers takes a quick jump shot. Time was he wouldn't do that. Now he's more comfortable with the playing time he's getting. Next thing he has to do is make them.
He's shooting less than 40% in his recent stretch of playing time for the Knicks. Schrempf. As the 24-second clock expires, Walker out for Strickland. Knicks push it up.
Ricky Green still showing the speed after all these years staying with Strickland.
Tucker on Miller. Strickland off the pick. Walker. Air ball from the baseline. Walker's been out for 3 games. No scoring yet in almost 2 minutes of play in the second quarter. Miller bounces off Pete Myers. Tremp. Good strong move to the basket and the foul.
Well, the guy is 6'10", and you can't tell that the way he handles the ball. He looks smaller because he's so versatile. There you get a sense of his height, though. He's above Kenny Walker. So he wiggles around, puts the ball on the floor, protects it very well as he goes up for the shot. He has played 4 positions while in the NBA, everything except center. He is so versatile.
That is the first free throw that the Pacers have hit in this game. They're 1 for 4. Sanders with Myers being very aggressive. 28-26. Pacers trail by 2. It was a Knicks 12-point first quarter lead. Myers is really going at it with Reggie Miller. And Eddie Lee Wilkins is battling quite physically with LaSalle Thompson. Sanders spins on Tucker.
What a tough move. Boy, he gave Trent Tucker a lot of banging himself, and it didn't let him bother his shooting.
The Knicks rather easily escaped the pressure. Score is tied for the first time since it was 2-all. Tucker. He's 0 for 2. Miller, quick break to the basket. Great shot by Reggie Miller to give the Pacers a 30-28 lead.
30-28.
First time they've led in the basketball game as Strickland gets it outside for Myers. Strickland.
Assist. Eddie Wilkins.
Back the other way. For 9 from the free throw line. 6:45 to go. Knicks by 4.
Patrick Ewing in that game the other night was 9 for 10.
Miller for Green hits the side of the backboard. Strickland comes up with it. Looks up the court for Newman. Good fake. Pulls it down and drops it in.
Knicks lead 40-34.
Green for Miller. Thinking 3. Getting 3.
3-point goal. 3 points for
Boy,
Reggie.
that's like a foul shot to him.
40-37. Reggie Miller with 16 points. 2 for 2 from 3-point land. Strickland looking for Ewing. Couldn't get it to him. Newman tries. Not a good pass by Johnny, and it goes out of Oakley, and Gerald Wilkins are back in for New York.
Sanders.
From long range, Chuck Person. His first 2 points of the game, Person averaging 19.7.
Using his arms on that pick he set.
Charles is in a rather physical mood this evening, John, wouldn't you say?
Yes, he is, and I think it's kind of normal for him, though.
Chuck Person taking the last 2 shots, making 1 of 2. Strickland brings the Knicks across again. Up in the air, luckily finds Oakley. 5:18 to go. Knicks lead is 1. And the kick. They reset the 24.
Stu Jackson rewarding Strickland for his fine play, giving him several minutes of play now consecutively.
Ewing on LaSalle Thompson.
Patrick Ewing. The Knicks lead 42-39.
Patrick Ewing's mobility is a little too much for the shorter Thompson at 6'10". Patrick with more quickness than the shorter player.
Ewing with his 3rd and 4th points of the second quarter. Now has 10. Fleming with no spin on the ball whatsoever.
I noticed that too, right.
Bixley for Strickland. Newman for Ewing. The Knicks seem to want to concentrate on Ewing a lot more. Fans like the move of Strickland, but they didn't get the result. Vern Fleming on the reverse.
Knicks lead 42-41.
A technical foul, I believe, on Versace. Yes, it is.
That's been coming.
A technical foul has been charged.
Wilkins, little duel between he and Miller. Jackson for 2. Goes for nothing. Knicks lead is 1, 93 seconds to go in the half. And the Pacers have come back from a 12-point deficit and stayed here. Foul.
Excuse me, Al. Fleming at 6'5" has the ability to see over the shorter people guarding him. Got that nice pass inside. Dreiling was isolated with Newman.
2 minutes.
Chuck Person will inbound. Fleming has it again. Dreiling guarded by Ewing.
Well, if Dreiling had a hook shot, that would have been a whole different sequence.
It's kind of like a Statue of Liberty toss thing. It's not very graceful.
Well, he has to face the defense to get the shot off, whereas with the hook shot, he can still keep his back to the defense and execute a nice. He can do it all, but he's not doing it thus far.
John, get out that brick thing again that you got in Indiana. Person threw up 2.
3-point goal. 3 points for Chuck Person.
Person comes right back, almost angry after missing the 2 free throws, and pops in a 3-pointer to give from 3000i, the world's smallest, most affordable autofocus SLR. We begin with Rod Strickland's appearance with the Knicks already losing the lead, but here's the ball movement that he created.
Yeah, and energized Rod Strickland running the show here. Newman on the left of your screen, Rod dishing, Newman swishing. So a good teamwork there by the Knicks.
Rod Strickland's 1 steal led to an easy hoop.
Yeah, now Strickland with the steal, good anticipation, left hand off the glass.
I said the Knicks had a 12-point lead. It evaporated, due in large part to many factors, but some were some ill-timed Knick turnovers. Here, Johnny Newman just loses the ball, and what happened after that was Pacer good fortune.
Yeah, Miller on the go. He's all alone. He goes in for the uncontested layup. There you saw Dreiling antagonizing Newman, forcing the turnover.
I mentioned Reggie Miller's 22 points and rather warm 8 for 10 shooting. Here's one of his better-looking shots.
And there you see the Matador defense by Tucker. Miller going to baseline, shaking, baking, making off the glass.
Matador defense. A little bit of a rip of Trent's defense there.
Well, he doesn't do it.
He makes 1 of 2. Knicks back at home Monday night to take on Miami. And it's a quick trip to Orlando, back here against Golden State and Chris Mullin. Tremp. The fall away, all net.
That was Detlef Schrempf.
What a difference a game makes. 26 against the Knicks in that game in January. First half here he has 3. Well, now he's got 5. Ewing on Smith.
Patrick Ewing.
The West German Tremp bounces it for Miller out of UCLA in '87. Smith fakes Ewing and slams over Patrick. The outlet for Wilkins, but quickly Indiana's back defensively 4 strong and come up with a loose ball after Ewing didn't expect the pass.
That move should give Smits a lot of confidence. One of his problems playing against the likes of Ewing is that he's intimidated. Ewing is a guy he tried to emulate in the last few years naturally. Now he's playing against him.
Smith does it inside on the jam, and on the next possession does it outside on the jumper. 56-55, the Pacers in front. Jackson. Ooh, nice shot.
Been a long time between those give-and-go plays between Ewing and Jackson.
Person. Only got 2
That
for
was
it.
Chuck Person. Pacers lead 58-57.
Person with 7. He's shooting 3 for 7 from the floor. Jackson with 4 on the 24. Hits it for 3.
3 points from Mark Jackson. The Knicks lead 60-58.
Knicks by 2. Smith, rebound Oakley. Jackson running side by side, gets the ball dropped off by Oakley. Jackson with 11 points in the game. Ewing misses on the turnaround as the whistle fouls, or the whistle sounds for the foul.
Pacers foul charged against Bert Fleming.
Went back and forth. I guess he liked the dunk and the baseline jumper so much.
Well, that's what's known as going with the flow. And if Smits can pile up some points, get the touch, why not go with it? He has fouled out of games this year in short periods, like last night in 18 minutes.
Whoa!
What a play. Detlef Schrempf to Reggie Miller. Beautiful lead pass.
With his back to the basket. Miller from Schrempf. Ewing. Smith was all over him. Out come the Pacers, trailing by 2. Schrempf all the way. Game is tied at 62.
Score is tied at 62.
Transition defense, a problem for the Knicks. Inside play, a problem for the Pacers, as you see, as they're outscored by 18.
Johnny Newman is fouled. Who's it on? Detlef Schrempf.
Pacers foul charged to Detlef Schrempf.
His second personal foul.
Personal and the third team foul.
The third team foul.
Johnny
Newman to the line.
2 shots.
Detlef Schrempf sensing Reggie Miller getting away from Wilkins, who was caught unaware where the ball was. Ball is an acquired skill. To cut to the basket when you know at that moment your teammate can hit you with the ball. He cuts before that or after that split second, it's too late or too early, but he did it just right.
Smith fakes the shot, thinks drive, goes out for Schrempf. And a 3-second violation on Smith. That is the 14th turnover against the Indiana Pacers.
Knicks had 13 in the first half. It cost them 15 points.
Ewing. Knicks would love to get that 5th foul on Smits. Mark Jackson looked like he might have been passing that ball before it got to him. And the Pacers come up with the Knick turnover, which is their 16th of the game. Short, Oakley on the rebound. Knicks had 8 turnovers in the second quarter. And that was the quarter in which the Pacers were the strongest. Wilkins all the way.
The Knicks lead 66-62.
So we have foul on Johnny Newman, his 3rd.
Timeout.
And a timeout is called by the New York Knickerbockers to lead Indiana by 4.
Patrick has shown that desire to do that when he gets these fakes from time to time, and it's costing him. And Gerald Wilkins responds at the other end with a gorgeous move, and he explodes down the middle for that slam.
Where are the Knicks getting their points? Well, they're getting them from the free throw line. 22 points the Knicks have from the free throw line. The Pacers have but 5. Schrempf guarded by Jackson on the mismatch. Outside, LaSalle Thompson misses. Here's Chuck Person. And it'll go over to, no. One official said this way favoring the Knicks. It will go toward the Pacers. With a fresh 24 and 5:49 to go in the 3rd. Fleming. Good defense by Jackson, but Fleming slices it off the glass anyway.
That was Vern Fleming.
Fleming comes up limping, however.
Knicks lead 66-64.
Fleming with 10. Newman. Bounce pass Oakley. Followed by Ewing. Sure thing. 68-64 Knicks.
Knicks get a great advantage now with LaSalle Thompson once again on Ewing.
Tremp. Ewing on the switch comes out to defend against him. And the pass is picked off by Johnny Newman, who was fouled immediately by Chuck Person.
Person does a rare thing. Puts up his hand after the foul is called on him and doesn't argue.
Well, that is rare now that you mention it. Wilkins outside for Oakley. Ewing is being given a very tough time by LaSalle Thompson.
You cannot bother Ewing enough, so he's trying to do a lot on Thompson.
It's a turnover festival. We've had 32 between the two teams. Tremp double team. Practically visited everybody on the court. Goes off of Fleming, who was fouled on the drive. Pete Myers and Rod Strickland come in with Kenny Walker. Vern Fleming has 10 points and 7 assists. And makes it 68-66. The Pacers 7 of 12 now from the free throw line. Kenny Walker in the game, having seen 6 minutes of action in the first half. LaSalle Thompson defending Ewing all the way out in front of the Pacer bench. Knicks will keep it. 8 seconds on the 24. Myers on the inbound.
They're allowing the passer to be alone as they double team Ewing.
Strickland with 5. Finds Wilkins. Good fake on Tremp all the way.
Boy, does he soar. Gerald is flying right from the start.
Wilkins with 13. Just as the 24-second clock was set to expire. Reggie Miller for Vern Fleming. Blocked away by the Knicks, but recovered by Thompson. Inside Tremp. Fouled on the shot.
Knicks foul charge to Patrick Ewing.
That brought the Garden alive. That dunked by Wilkins. Spectacular.
Good pass off by Strickland. And then Gerald goes up. Thought it might have been a little too early, but no, he stayed up there and jammed that ball.
He would be someone fun to watch in the NBA All-Star dunking competition, but he is not there. Of course, Kenny Walker will go. Be in an All-Star dunking competition?
Yes, he had a chair.
I missed that.
I recall, I think he wanted to put his mom in a chair under the basket. So he jumped over his mother in a chair.
Strickland from long range is short.
Cooler heads prevailed. It wasn't allowed.
Fresh 24. Wilkins again, quickly on the drive. Missing the layup. Out comes Indiana. Reggie Miller almost made an unbelievable shot on the break. I think he was on his way down when he received that pass from Fleming and got it up right on the rim. Fleming guarded by Strickland. LaSalle Thompson with Ewing. Fleming outside. Thompson fakes Ewing towards him. Nice move by Thompson.
Patrick Ewing, he's no longer an intimidator or a rebounder.
How about this for free throw problems, John? LaSalle Thompson now 10 of his last 21 free throw attempts. 0 for 4 last night. Missing there as Ewing will not have that basket count. Offensive goaltending against Ewing after another lightning quick drive by Gerald Wilkins.
Well, the ball didn't clear the cylinder. Patrick tried to wait. You could see him hesitating as long as he could in the air.
The game is brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood Age for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers. For all that you do, this Bud's for you. Gerald Wilkins with the dunk of the game. Hands down, I think. Gorgeous. Tremp looking for LaSalle Thompson, who was fouled.
Knicks foul charged to Pete Myers.
Pete Myers is called for the foul.
His third personal.
His third.
And the Knicks are.
There is no comparison to the effect of the big man play between these two.
Replace Kenny Walker and Gerald Logan.
Ricky Green back into the lineup for Indiana. For Sanders. The Knicks stay out there with the offensive duo of Strickland and Mark Jackson. Johnny Newman, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing. Ewing guarded by Smith. Tough shot by Patrick, falling away actually behind the backboard at the baseline.
Due to Smith pushing him in that direction.
Are you saying there should have been a foul?
Well, I would say he moved his feet and got him to go in that direction.
Smith gets it quickly back out to Green. Now the turnaround. Charles Oakley runs into Patrick Ewing. Oakley holding his face for a moment. He's all right. Mark Jackson was there to pick it up. Underway in the fourth quarter. 10:50 to go. Jackson spinning on Green. Offensive foul called against Jackson. It'll go the other way.
Offensive foul charged to Mark Jackson of the Knicks.
He tried to post the 6'1" Ricky Green down low, but committed the foul.
After that fabulous play to end the third quarter by Vern Fleming. Fleming is now on the bench getting a rest. Here's Miller. Been a long time since he's been a factor offensively for Indiana in this game. Smith's over Ewing. Ewing ferocious on the rebound. Out for Jackson. Rick Smith is in a cold streak, 0 for his last 4 shots. Strickland bounced past Ewing. Patrick Ewing scored the first 2 points of this fourth quarter, and the Knicks have a 77-75 lead, and they go to the press. Smith had Strickland up on his back across for Sanders. Double team, tough pass. LaSalle Thompson and Smith get it, and Smith breaks his cold streak from the floor.
Score is tied at 77.
77 all. The Pacers trying to break a 7-game losing streak here at Madison Square Garden, going back to 1986. Overall, the Knicks have beaten Indiana 9 straight times. That's Johnny Newman. Bad luck on the bounce off the glass. Pacers have lost 6 of 7. Knicks have lost 6 of 8. Strickland on the crossover, pulls up. Very difficult shot.
Poor shot by Rod. Bad shot.
14 rebounds for Charles Oakley. Double-figure rebounding totals for Charles in 8 of the last 10 games. Wide open. 5 on the 24, and Oakley fills it up.
One of the rare times Charles Oakley gets an opportunity to shoot. When everything else says shoot, Charles, he didn't have to dig out someone else's miss shot to get a chance that time.
Miller.
That was Reggie Miller.
The 2-pointer for Miller, 81-79. And Miller now has 26 points. 10 of 15 from the floor. 79-79. 8:32 to go in the fourth. Oakley rejected by Thompson. Jackson inside Strickland.
Knicks lead 81-79.
Snappy looking play by the Knicks guards.
Hey, those Michael Jordan pants that Strickland's wearing, helping him get up high.
Knicks foul charged to Johnny Newman.
Fans at the Garden chanting
his
defense.
fourth, and the team's first.
With 8:11 to go in the fourth quarter. Miller guarded by Strickland, who gives up a few inches to him. Smith, playing with 5 personal fouls, is fouled by Ewing. Ewing has now 3.
Patrick Ewing. That's his 3rd personal and the 2nd team foul. Number 10, Brent Fleming, is back in for the Pacers, replacing Ricky Green. Rick Smith's at the line.
I am.
He has a tough time not being nice. Ewing. Tipped by Thompson. It'll be goaltending. Knicks in front by 2 again. Remember, the last time they played, it was overtime. There you see the goaltenders. Thompson just got it off his fingertips. And Dick Versace has to really take a deep breath every time Ewing goes into one of those drives that Smith will foul out. Reggie Miller. Rebounding foul against Indiana.
Pacers foul charged to Sal Thompson.
Sal Thompson is called as Rod Strickland checks out. Johnny Newman, or rather Gerald Wilkins, back in. LaSalle Thompson called for his 5th personal foul.
Smith has fouled out this year 6 times, 6 of their 45 games coming in tonight. Not too bad considering his size and the amount of time he's on the floor each night. He's averaging 28 minutes a game.
By the way, you're seeing Indiana play in these uniforms for the last time this season. Next year, it'll be the new Florence Griffith Joyner uniforms, as Patrick Ewing says, I don't care what color you're wearing. I'm taking it to the hoop.
That is a spectacular move by Ewing.
And it gets Smits out of the game.
The foul was charged against.
He puts the ball on the floor.
That's his 6th personal, 6 on Smith.
And he is able to go left and successfully dribble the ball and put it up with the left hand, and he did it fast. Wow.
Smits out of the game. That's bad news for Indiana. Extend that lead. But doesn't. Ewing's had a bit of a tough time from the free throw line. Not really. 11 of 13. Sorry, Kenny Albert correcting me quick. Fleming from long range. Wilkins for Jackson.
Oakley cool. Waits for everybody to get in position. Didn't rush the shot. Good move by him.
Wilkins trying to take advantage of the Oakley pick. Bounces off Reggie Miller. And Ewing!
Where'd he come from?
I don't know. They brought the Garden to their feet.
Wow. What a play. What a follow. Patrick Ewing coming out of the sky. Wow.
And Ewing now 12 of 14 from the line. He has 30. A Knick press eluded by the Pacers. The Knicks have extended the lead to 7. This crowd has come to life. Now whistle for something under.
Some of that rubbed off on Kiki in some of his earlier appearances, but he's looking real sharp.
Somebody get him a book.
3-point goal. 3 points.
That's
for
a three-pointer.
Pacers are not checking out yet.
91.
3-point shot by Person.
99-91, not over yet. Knicks by 8. Here's Pete Myers looking inside for Oakley. He's sent back for the foul.
It's over, believe it or not. He had some spurs, bone spurs, taken off his leg.
Boy, injuries really
the last several days.
Injuries really turned his career the wrong way in a hurry.
And but they love his attitude and his toughness. Bill told me an amazing story. He said when that travels, when the team travels, he has a bag with weights in it, so he can work out in his hotel room. Jackson played 35 minutes. Some of the minutes they spent together on the court. And the point guard position for the Knicks was more than covered tonight. Fine play by those two.
Cold shooting Trent Tucker. Very limited action tonight for the Knicks. 101-92, Knicks by 9, and the press by Indiana. Jackson behind his back out to Newman to break it across the half-court line. Ewing looks outside for help, and he's got it.
2 minutes.
Knicks working the floor. 8 on the 24. Newman for Jackson with 4. 1:50 to go in regulation time. Person on the drive. Rejected by Ewing. Third block, and Patrick's had a good stretch over the past 3 games of blocks. Johnny Newman, 103-92.
103-92.
And a timeout, Indiana. Dick Versace is furious, yelling at Chuck Person. Pacers on the verge of losing their 5th straight. Go, and it's been left up to Greg Dreiling.
Knicks have also continued their excellent foul shooting ways. 35 of 42 tonight.
Wilkins almost on the steal, but Reggie Miller hits the 3, and Ewing is called on the
Reggie
foul.
Miller is good.
Well, possible 4-point play for Reggie Miller with 1:22 to go.
The Knicks
You know what I liked how Joe Borgia didn't call a technical on Ewing, who went crazy. After the shot, he got him. And on the delayed call, Ewing goes crazy.
Reggie Miller at the line.
Right up to him. Many times that would result in a technical foul. The official let him express himself, and then Ewing got his cool.
Patrick's face was classic. 103-96. It's a 7-point Knick lead. 1:18 to go. Oakley goes touchdown and throws it away. Fleming for Person. Thompson on the follow. Do it again, Chuck. Person in the clutch, 0 for 2, and Ewing is fouled. He has tied it. The Knicks from the free throw line, 37 of 44. And the Pacers here at crunch time have gone ice cold. Jackson looks one way, passes Wilkins up and down. It's good.
Another assist for Jackson.
40 seconds to go. Miller. And this is kind of how it all fell apart for Indiana last night against Seattle. Ewing. Good feed from Oakley. Schrempf. Ewing says get out of here, but they'll count it.
Score the goal.
Goaltending.
To Detlef Schrempf. Goaltending violation.
The Knicks have really come to life here in the last 2 minutes of this game. Wilkins wants some more, but he'll be content to dribble out some time. 20 seconds in the game. Newman looks for Ewing. Patrick goes down hard.
They've gotten a lot of motion on the court, a lot of running, and they got great leadership from the backcourt. There weren't many complaints, I'm sure, from the coaching staff regarding shot selection. Ball was moved around well, and the right people got the ball.
A much better team effort by the Knicks tonight at the Garden. Reggie Miller drives baseline, but it's too late. Could be showtime. 3-on-1. Jackson for Ewing. Lays it up and in.
Oh, what a beauty.
Woo! And the Indiana Pacers completely fall apart.
That's the end of the ball game.
112-98. The Knicks win by 14. Patrick Ewing had 17 points in the 4th quarter, and for the 4th straight game, the Knicks hold their opponents under 100 points.
For Indiana, Detlef Schrempf.
And the Pacers have lost 8 straight now at Madison Square Garden, 19 of their last 20. Ewing finishes with 38. More in a moment.